Welcome to Echoes of Purpose, the space where emotions speak louder than words. We are turning another leaf to share some unexplored, less spoken tales of history. The air was heavy with dust and the sharp scent of sweat. Somewhere in the chaos, a war elephant let out a deep, rumbling cry. It rolled over the battlefield like distant thunder. Greek spears snapped in half. Men who had once marched beside Alexander the Great froze in fear. They had faced the deserts of Persia, the walls of Tyre, the armies of Egypt, but this was something entirely different. And just months earlier, they believed the invasion would be easy. India, they thought, was fractured, a land of petty kings. They would march in, plant their banners, and return home as heroes. But waiting for them was no petty king. He was young, yes, but his eyes burned with the fire of a man who had once had nothing and then decided to take everything. His name was Chandragupta Maurya, a name the Greeks barely knew. Guided by his teacher and master strategist Chanakya, Chandragupta had risen from obscurity to lead a united empire. The land the Greeks wanted to claim was no stranger to war. For centuries, it had been a chessboard of kingdoms, some rich, some fierce, all unwilling to give up their soil. When Alexander swept through the northwest, he left behind governors called satraps, foreign men ruling over Indian land. They thought their power was secure. They thought wrong. By the time Seleucus Nicator, one of Alexander's most trusted generals, marched east, the world had changed. Chandragupta had spent years forging alliances, training armies, and learning the patience of a hunter, waiting for the perfect strike. Picture this: the Greek phalanx, rows of men packed so tightly, their shields touched, their spears formed an unbroken wall. It had crushed countless armies before. But when an elephant charges at the speed of a galloping horse, that wall is nothing more than a paper fence before a flood. The ground trembled, spears bent, the wall broke, and once fear crept in, the rest was only a matter of time. The fighting dragged on for years, each side bleeding, neither willing to bow. For the Greeks, this was a war they could not afford to lose. For Chandragupta, it was the war that would define his empire. And then came the unexpected. Instead of fighting to the last man, Chandragupta and Seleucus made peace. Seleucus ceded vast lands from Afghanistan to the edge of Iran. In return, Chandragupta sent him 500 war elephants, a gift that would later win battles for the Greeks in the west. They sealed the peace with a marriage alliance. Two worlds, once at war, now tied by blood. This was more than a treaty. It was a message. India was not a land to be taken. It was a power to be reckoned with. The Mauryan Empire grew larger than any before it in India. Roads stretched across the land, trade reached Greece and Egypt, and governance became an art. But here is the truth. If Chandragupta had lost, India's history might have been written in Greek. Its language, its culture, its very soul could have been changed forever. Most remember Alexander's victories. Few remember that his successors met their match here. And while history books may forget, the victory still whispers through time. Because the man who rose from nothing did not just fight the greatest empire of his age, he made it kneel. And what happened to Chandragupta after that is a story you will not believe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to pause, reflect, and reconnect with your echoes of purpose. And of course, if you're here for the first time, please do subscribe.